What two critical software is required for a systemized business? Straight off the bat, is it software or softwares? I don't know. But to have a systemized business, you're going to need two particular ones. The first one is some way of keeping track of the work that's getting done. Basically a project management system. Now, you might immediately think that you need to go out and spend a lot of money on monthly subscriptions for something like Asana or for ClickUp or Monday. But I want you to consider that Excel or Google Sheets will suffice until you hit enough people that you're like, you know what, we need more control. We need the ability to limit what some people can see and what other people can't see. Up until that point, you can run a very effective business tracking what's getting done just with a simple spreadsheet. If you need to go to more advanced, you will know it because you're like, man, it's getting too hard to see what's going on for everybody. We've got too much stuff. Not everybody needs to see everything, and therefore we need a way to limit that, and software is then going to be your solution. Moving to an Asana, moving to a ClickUp, moving to a Monday. Why? Because it gives you that control to say, hey, here's all of the stuff that's going on in the business, but we just need you to see this bit, you to see this bit, you to see this bit, and software's going to do that. But that is not all that you require. For a systemized business, you're going to need a second piece of software. Most businesses will go to the project management software. They're like, yep, we clearly need to track what's getting done. Do you know what the second piece is? The second piece is, how do we do what needs to get done? Now, this has a number of names. This might be called SOP, Standard Operating Procedures. This might be called a procedure manual. And this is a second piece that you must have if you are going to have a systemized business. If you are going to free yourself from having to do everything or supervise everything, if you are going to free yourself from everybody doing it their own way, which leads to variable results, problems, fires, difficulties, stress, long hours, general unhappiness for the business owner, then you're going to need some kind of procedure manual. And software to do this could be things like Trainual. This could be like Process Street. This could be System Hub. But if you are not at a stage in business where you need a project management system, then you probably don't need the control that comes with those level of software. So what are you going to use instead? Well, much like Excel or Google Sheets will suffice at a lower level business with smaller amounts of work getting done, smaller numbers of people. Guess what's going to manage on the other side? Yep. Easy enough. I'm sure you guessed it. Microsoft Word, Google Docs, something along these lines. Now, you probably have access to these. Either you have a subscription on your computer, or if you have Dropbox or you have Drive, then you have access to some kind of version of Google Docs or Microsoft Word. In my experience, if you're not sure which to choose, I like Google Docs and Google Sheets. Why? Well, there's a funny feature that happens on some episodes of Microsoft Word, and that is when you log in, it creates a unique URL that others cannot log in with. And so if you're tracking your list of URLs, so for your procedures, let's say that you've got an index and you link, if you use Word, then the links will only work when you log in, versus this is not what you want. You want to have a link that works for all of your team. So you're getting it? You got to have these two things, these two types of software. On one piece is the project management, can be Google Sheets and Excel, through to the advanced software options. And on the other side, you need process documentation, some kind of solution that could be simple like Google Docs and Microsoft Word, through to a system hub, to a Trainual, to a Process Street, something that's going to keep track of your procedures and provide that level of sophistication that you need over in project management, where not everybody sees everything. Those software in on the procedure manual will also allow you to limit what gets edited. So not all things can be edited. The last thing you want is, once you've dialed it in, you got a system working, you got the procedures documented correctly, somebody comes in, doesn't understand why some things are being done, and start to change a working system. This is one of the advantages of the process software. And when you need that, you'll know. No longer will you be talking and say, hey, I want to change this. You're like, no, don't change that. But once you hit that certain number of people, it's typically around 7 people in an interconnected business. It may be higher if a lot of your staff are very siloed, where they work on one project by themselves. This could be a medical practice, this could be a legal practice, this could even be a vet practice or a dental practice. These types of professions where you might get up to 15 people in your business before you start running into the problems of like, hey, don't mess with that. That works. We know that works. It's done that way because of this. Those softwares and the procedure will allow you that level of control. All right, so major takeaways from this episode. Number 1, you need a project management system, and you need some type of procedure manual or SOP documentation to tell you how to do what's getting done. All right, I hope you got a lot of value out of today's session. Certainly enjoyed it. I'm making sounds like I'm like, yeah, coming in with the music. But no, just going to go and watch my kids play futsal. It is indoor soccer season. It is on. These guys love playing indoor soccer. All right, I look forward to seeing you on the next episode as we continue the journey into the power of systems to create results. If you need help with your business getting results and you want to use systems so that you can make more money and work less, then head over to systemio.dev. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode. See you then.